June/July wrap up for you. I read a total of 11 books over the past 2 months, which is pretty good because I'm in summer school 4 days a week and I have a full-time job, so I'm very proud of myself. So I will start with the June wrap up. I first started off the month reading Cut by Patricia McCormick. I didn't like this book as much as I thought I would. I still gave it 3 out of 5 stars just because I liked the concept of the story. Yeah, I just thought it was way too short, and the characters, she had to develop them too quickly, and I think she could have done a better job at having all the characters to character development. Then I read Perfect by Ellen Hopkins. I also gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. I love Ellen Hopkins, and this is actually a companion novel to one of her other books called Impulse, and I loved Impulse. I gave Impulse a 5 out of 5 stars. This was just really slow for me. It's from 4 different people's perspectives. They're all in high school and they're all going through their own things, issues, and just going through life, and I felt like it was way too predictable, I guess. And since I read Impulse first, which you're supposed to read this book first, I knew how it ended. Wasn't really anticipating anything exciting. But yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. I love Ellen Hopkins, so you should read it anyways because Ellen Hopkins is amazing. Then I read The Giver by Lois Lowry. Sorry if you can't see that. I let someone borrow it, so that's why I don't have it right now. I love this book. Oh my god, I loved it. 5 out of 5 stars if you couldn't tell from my reaction so far. A very quick read, a great dystopian. I can't wait to read the second and third books, which I just found out existed, so I will definitely be picking those up soon. Then I read 10 Things to Do Before I Die by Daniel Ehrenhaft. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. This book disappointed me extremely. It really did. I really expected it to have a really good plot line, and I feel like the list of 10 things that they set out for this kid to do is just not realistic enough. I gave it a 1 out of 5 stars just because I picked this up not knowing anything about it, but I really had high hopes for it, and it just didn't deliver. And then finally, in June, I read Looking for Alaska by John Green. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like it as much as people have talked about liking it. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I just felt that it was very predictable, and then after the big thing happened, it just, I don't know, I felt like it was dragged out after that. I don't know, I just really couldn't get into it. I had to force myself to finish reading it. I love John Green's writing style, and that's why I did finish it. I think he's a very well-written author, but I'm just really hoping, this is my first John Green book, so I'm hoping that his other books do a better job for me. So that was all that I read in June, and now we will jump into July. So in July, the first book I read was Annie on My Mind by Nancy Garden, and I loved this book. 5 out of 5 stars. The ending could have been better, but overall this book was really good. It's about 2 girls who they meet and they fall in love, and people are not happy with it, but it is just such a good book. It just seems like their love is so genuine, and it's just amazing. 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. Then I read The Program by Susan Young. The concept is really cool. Suicide is an epidemic in teens, so they send them to this program and it wipes all of their bad memories. And it follows Sloane and James, and they fight the program. Well, they try to fight the program, but it catches up with them, and it's just Sloane's venture through it, and I just feel like this was very well written, and 5 out of 5 stars, and I can't wait for the second book, because it ended on, I wouldn't say a huge cliffhanger, but it ended on enough that I really can't wait to find out what happens with these two. Then I read Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt. I read this in 7th grade, and I remember loving it. I loved it again. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Reading it now as being older, I just thought it was a little childish. That's why I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I mean, I loved the book and it was great, but for my age, I don't think that it was very easy to get through. And since I knew it was kind of coming, it didn't really surprise me, but 4 out of 5 stars. And then I read TTYL by Lauren Miracle. This is about 3 girls, and it is all written in IM form. And it's about these 3 girls, and it's their sophomore year. Yeah, it's their sophomore year of high school, and it's just them going through life and just being best friends, and it's just a light, quick read. The only reason why I picked this up is because I do have the other 2 books, and I'd like to just say I finished a series, honestly. Then the last 2 books I read in July were Divergent by Veronica Roth and Insurgent by Veronica Roth. I'm sorry if you can't see those covers. My girlfriend has my 2 copies of it because I just loved it so much. I forced her to read it, and she completely fell in love with it too. Both books, 5 out of 5 stars. I cannot wait for Allegiant. Okay, so that was my June and July wrap up. If you like what you see, subscribe, like, comment down below. All of my links will also be down there. I will have my Goodreads, my Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, anything where I would put book-related things will be down in the description for you guys to check out. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.